You're listening to an AppleViz podcast.
Hello and welcome. My name is Thomas Domville, also known as Anonymous. I'm here to present a game called Super Sliding Puzzle Game. Now, this is a game that is developed by a blind developer. His name is John from Woodside. He's been around for a couple of years. He has a handful of games for you to check out. If you like this game a lot, there are plenty more for you to look at that John has made. I always love doing podcasts on apps that were developed by the blind, given back to the community. This is a paid app. It's very nominal. It's 99 cents in the U.S. store to purchase. This is one of those games that is a time waster. Yes, it is one of those if you want to simply kill time, but yet it does a little bit different. This will bring you more of a mental challenge, so you have to put some thought into solving these puzzle games. So these are really the games I love a lot of keeping and playing with over and over, simply because I just need something just to kill time, but yet exercise my brain a little bit so it isn't just totally going to waste and just being numb and doing other things. So this one will involve your brain a little bit. So let me introduce you to Super Sliding Puzzle Game.
Super Sliding Puzzle Game. Double tap to open.
So once installed, it says Super Sliding Puzzle Game. Let's do one finger double tap to open this game up.
Super Sliding Puzzle Game. Score 1 of 9.
All right, so I'm going to explain the interface here first. Now, what makes this a little different, as soon as you open this up, the game is ready for you to play. It's right here. The game is right up in front. If you have left it where you left it before, it will still be there for you to come back to, or if it's brand new, you're ready to go. So it dumps you at the top left-hand corner of the screen. So 1 of 9 score. What does that mean? So really, this particular puzzle game is a 3x3 grid. So there's 3 rows, 3 columns. So we have 3 at the top, 3 in the middle, 3 at the bottom. I'll introduce you those grid and cells in a minute. But this tells you how many tiles are in their proper place. So you need to get certain tiles in their place in order to get that score to go up. As you swipe to the right here,
0/29.
All right, 2 things there. The first one is 0. That is how many tiles you have moved so far in this puzzle to trying to solve it. The more you move the tiles, the more that number goes up. The other number there, that is how many times it was scrambled to generate this puzzle. So some random generator out there, so it took that many times to scramble up the puzzle itself. The lower the number, the less it's scrambled, so it's going to be easier to solve. The higher the number, the harder it's going to solve because it jumbles it up even more. Maybe it's not so much harder, but just that much more scrambled up. I've seen it go up to 144 myself, so it moved and scrambled up 144 times. I was like, whoa. So that leaves you a puzzle that's really scrambled up. And there's only so much you can do on a 3x3, but you can increase that challenge, which I'll show you a little bit later. As you go to the right,
Menu button.
You have the menu. That is where you go to your settings. That is where you're going to find different things to do, including upping and bumping the challenge up, which I'll explain later as well. Now, when you go to the right, we're going to be dumped right into the puzzle itself. So once again, it's a 3x3 grid. By default, this is how the game is set up for the first time. Let's go to the right here and hear these grids set up.
2. Top left button.
All right, so you can hear these numbers. There are numbers 1 through 8. That is a number puzzle, meaning that you have to get these numbers in the correct order. So they need to be rearranged in numerical order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is the goal in order to solve this puzzle. So obviously 1, 2, 3 needs to be at the top row. 4, 5, 6 needs to be in the middle. And 7, 8 needs to be at the bottom. So the first number we have up here on the top row is 2, so at the top left of the puzzle.
3, top middle button. 6, top right button.
It gives you an idea where those numbers are and where they are in the puzzle. If you keep going to the right, we'll go next to the next row.
1, middle left button. 5. Middle, button. Empty, middle right, button.
I'll explain what the empty is in a moment.
4. Bottom left, button. 7. Bottom middle, button. 8. Bottom right, button.
All right. Now, there is a number of ways to explore the puzzle. Now, what I've done here is just our typical voiceover gesture in this going left and right. Now, for those that love to touch explore, and so you can get the idea what the puzzle is set up, feel free to touch the screen. At the very center of the screen, if you touch that portion of the screen,
5. Middle, button.
it will always take you to the middle part of that grid. Obviously, if you touch to the left of the middle grid,
1. Middle left, button.
or if I touch the top center,
3. Top middle, button.
and if I touch the bottom center,
7. Bottom middle, button.
you get the idea. So you can kind of feel around, and if this might help some out there, just to get a better idea where everything is arranged. It just depends where you feel comfortable and your personal preference of seeing the puzzle firsthand. Now, I'm going to show you a little sneaky little trick here. It's a tip and advice I love using, and that is something called vertical navigation. If you've never heard of that, that's all right. I'm sure there's a lot of people that probably never use it, and this is one of those exceptions where you can use it. So to set this up, you have to go into settings, go to accessibility, then go to voiceover, and then find your rotor, and then we're going to go into rotor, and you want to insert the vertical navigation. That way it will pop up in your rotor. So I'm going to initiate that, but first let's go to the top left here.
2. Top left, button.
Now I'm going to use my rotor and find the vertical navigation.
Activities. No activity selected. Containers. Headings. Vertical navigation.
All right, so now that is set. This is one of those few times when you are confronted with a cell. So 3x3 here. Now I can use my voiceover gestures. Not only can I go left and right, I can go up and down. So different than Touch Explorer, I can just actually swipe up and down. So essentially I'm at the top left, right? Now if I swipe down, I'll go to the middle left.
1. Middle left, button.
Cool. Go right.
5. Middle, button.
And go down.
7. Bottom middle, button.
Right.
8. Bottom right, button.
Swipe up.
Empty, middle right, button.
And that's how that works. It's much easier. I like this preference for myself. So hopefully you'll learn something new here. All right, so you have this empty spot. What is this empty spot? Well, that is how you move the tiles around. You have to move the tiles around to get the numbers in the order that they need to be, right? So in order to move the tiles, you have to find the empty spot, and you have to move a tile into that empty spot. Now, only those that are connected to this empty spot, and they can only be connected by vertical or horizontal, so not diagonal. So you can't just move a connecting spot diagonally from that spot, if that makes sense. So in other words, the empty spot is the middle right. That means the one at the top,
6. Top right, button.
which is right above that, and you come back down.
Empty, middle right, button.
And to the left of this,
5. Middle, button. Empty, middle right, button.
and the bottom.
8. Bottom right, button.
So they have to connect that spot one form or another to be able to slide that tile into that position. So if you have the tile at the top and the empty spots at the middle right, no, you can't double tap on the top left. It has to be connecting that empty spots, and it also can't be diagonal from that corner. Only those that are vertical from it or horizontal from it. Hope that makes sense. All right, so let's take the puzzle one more time. Top left.
2. Top left, button. 3. Top middle, button. 6. Top right, button. 1. Middle left, button. 5. Middle, button. Empty, middle right, button. 4. Bottom left, button. 7. Bottom middle, button. 8. Bottom right, button.
Okay, so I have in my mind, I look at that, and now I know what I want to do. I'm going to solve the top row first. So we had 2, 3, 6, 1, and 5. You remember that? And then the empty space. Let's bring 6 down.
6. Top right, button.
And to move this, you use one finger double tap, and that tile will go from the right top to the middle right.
Empty, top right.
So top right is now empty, and as you notice,
6, middle right, button.
6 has moved down. Simple as that. So that's the only rule in the game, and you can move around as many times as you want. But I will say that you probably want to minimize as many moves you want to be able to kind of push yourself and get a challenge for yourself, which I'll be explaining in a moment when we solve the game itself. So let's bring 3, 2 across, and then 1 up. Remember 2, 3, blank, 1, 5, and 6. So let's go up.
Empty, top right, button.
Left.
3, top middle, button.
Let's push that to the right.
Empty, top middle.
Let's go left to number 2.
2, top left, button.
Bring him across.
Empty, top left.
And let's go down.
1, middle left, button.
Bring her up.
Empty, middle left.
Now we have 1, 2, 3 at the top.
1, top left, button. 2, top middle, button. 3, top right, button.
Now notice if you go to the top left-hand corner,
Score 5 of 9.
you hear that it's a score of 5 of 9. That means 5 of the tiles are in their place they need to be. So that makes sense. And if you go to the right here,
4/29.
all right, so you hear that 4. That means I have moved the tile 4 times to what I have for now. So I moved it 4 times just to get that results here. Now to finish this bad boy up, let's go to the middle here.
5, middle, button.
So we have blank 5 and 6, 4, 7, 8. So I need to bring 4 up, and that will solve that level, the middle, 4, 5, and 6. So let's find 4.
Empty, middle left, button. 4, bottom left, empty, bottom left.
And to solve the puzzle, we need to bring 7 and 8 to their proper position.
7, bottom middle, button.
7 and 8 needs to be finished up in the bottom left-hand corner, so it needs to be in the bottom left and bottom middle to resolve or solve this puzzle.
Empty, bottom middle. 8, bottom right, button. Empty, alert, well done.
Swipe to the right here.
You have finished the puzzle. Finished puzzles 22, best 7, worst 20, average 8.86. Okay, button. Okay. Score 1 of 9.
So you heard a couple of things there. One, it tells you that how many puzzles that I have solved. So I have solved so many X number of puzzles there. Plus, it told me what was my best. So the best I've ever done is I only had to move 7 tiles. And the longest and the biggest challenge I've done is 20. So that was the most time I had to change. And then followed by the average. So you heard it was 8.8. That is something you can just kind of personally challenge yourself to say, that's how many tiles by average of all the puzzles I've solved is 8.8. Not a bad deal there. And you can challenge yourself. Now, if you are one of those, maybe I just don't care about that. I just want to just be able to play. And maybe sometimes I just have to move the tiles a lot more than others. I'm just here just to have fun. But at the same time, you want to challenge yourself. Try to challenge yourself as usually as minimal moving the tiles as possible. I dare you to do that. That's what I do. I just kind of memorize the 9x9 in my head and just kind of move things in my head, and then I go do it. And that's how I can do the keep the average low. Entirely up to you. How do you want to play this game? All right, now let's go to the menu button that we heard that was at the top right-hand corner of the screen.
Menu button.
Let's double tap here and show you what we got in this area.
Menu. Select puzzle pattern.
Now you have 3 options here. As you go to the right, I'll give you all 3 options.
Numbers selected. Letters. Picture.
Now those are the 3 options you can pick from. Now number is by default is what is used. So that is a puzzle of numbers. And as we just explained to you, you put it in numerical order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you use letters, that will use letters only. You have to put them in order by the alphabet order. So you have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Now, picture is probably going to for those with some vision. So those that are low vision, you could probably use or play this game if you want. Or if you have a spouse, a partner, or friends or co-workers, you want to kind of tell them about this game, they can play this as well, and they can play picture. This allows you to jumble up the picture, and they'll have to figure out what the picture is and put it back together so it looks correct in their right position. Those that are completely blind, we will not be able to use this picture portion of the game. Now, my understanding is John has been trying really hard to try to make some alt description to the image, but for some reason he's getting some technical difficulties and it's kind of complicated and is not able to do that at this time. So maybe in the future, if he figured out how to get that description in there, we will be able to play that. But for now, that are completely blind, numbers and letters are the only two we can choose from. Now, if you really want to bump up the challenge and make this game even harder, yes, you can do that. Check this out. If you go to the right.
Size of puzzle.
Yes, we can bump up the size of the puzzle. And believe me, when you bump this up, the harder it becomes and the longer it takes for you to solve. The three options are
size 3 current, size 4, size 5.
So as I swipe to the right, you have the three options. You can do 3x3, 4x4, or 5x5. Really, if you want to really bump this up, try 5x5 and try to not move as many times and get the average to be low. It is really difficult, right? So if you think 3x3 is too easy, well, bump it up. Try 4x4 and give that a whirl. Now, for our low vision and sighted friends out there, if you go to the right here,
select theme.
You have different themes. So let me show you the three themes you have.
Dark selected, light, color.
Pretty self-explanatory. So we have the dark theme, light theme, and colors. So I thought that is a very welcome little option for those with low vision and those that are sighted. If you want that it pretty up and have colors, or if you just want to keep it at dark, you have that option. Now let's go to the right here.
Back to game.
You have the option to go back to the game and resume where you left off. Or if you go to the right,
new game.
This could come in handy if something just gets way too complicated or you just get frustrated and I just want to start a new game over. And that won't count against you. You can just double tap that and start over.
All our other games.
This is definitely for you. So if you are not familiar with John and the many apps he has to offer, if you double tap that, you can see all the different games he has to offer. There are some really good ones out there. So be sure to check those out and support John where you can.
How to play.
And then there's lastly, we have the how to play section. This is very brief and there isn't much here to say.
Focus and tap the square you want to move to the empty square.
And that's pretty much it we have for this screen. So let's go back left and go return to the game as I want to show you one more thing.
How to play. All our other games. New game. Back to game.
Double tap.
Back to game. 7, bottom middle, button.
All right, now, when we solve the game and you hit OK, it jumbles up the puzzles again and you're ready to play again. So you don't have to keep entering start game, or anything like that. So it's all ready for you to play, which is very cool. At the bottom of the screen here,
show solution, button.
Is to show the solution. Let me explain that a little bit in a nutshell here. This is not to show you how to solve the puzzle. So because it's jumbled up, it's not going to show you need to move this over here or move over that or gives you any hint. This just shows you what the final solution looks like, meaning what does it look like when the puzzle is solved. It doesn't really make any sense for the number or the alphabet or letter games because essentially it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So if you double tap that now, it's just going to show you the solution of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is the final solution that it needs to look like to solve the puzzle. Where this comes in handy is the picture. So obviously the picture is jumbled up. It's going to be pretty hard for you to imagine what is this supposed to be? I'm not even have a clue what I'm supposed to do or what I need to go for to make the picture look right. That's when it comes in handy. You just double tap that. It'll show you the final solution, what the final image is to look like. So really that's going to be for our low vision and sighted folks that are playing the picture game. All right, so that is how to play super sliding puzzle game just for fun and giggles. Let's try to solve this one, and then we'll head out of here so you get a better idea how to play this game. Let's go to the top left-hand corner of the grids of the 3x3.
1. Top left, button.
And we'll go through the whole 9 slots so you can see and start to store it in your memory where everything is, and so you can start to figure out what we are going to do to solve this puzzle.
3. Top middle, button. 6. Top right, button. 5. Middle left, button. 2. Middle, button. Empty, middle right, button. 4. Bottom left, button. 7. Bottom middle, button. 8. Bottom right, button.
All right, so this is a pretty simple solution here. And if you recall, the empty slot is in the 6th tile, so the middle right.
Empty, middle right, button.
So really, what I want to do, I'm going to bring 6 down, which is at the top.
6. Top right, button.
Top right, bring it down.
Empty, top right.
Let's go back to the top middle.
Empty, top right, button. 3. Top middle, button.
Move that over.
Empty, top middle.
Center.
2. Middle, button.
Bring that up to the top center.
Empty, middle.
Bring 5 over, which is middle left. Since 6 is in the right spot, middle left, and 4 is the bottom left. So get the idea. We'll bring that 5 over and 4 up.
5. Middle left, button. Empty, middle left. 4. Bottom left, button. Empty, bottom left. 7. Bottom mid. Empty, bottom middle. 8. Bottom right, button. Empty, alert. Well done. You have finished the puzzle. Finished puzzles 23. Best 7, worst 20. Average 8.78. Okay, button. Okay. Score 1 of 9.
And my average is now coming down. And if you want to see how jumbled up it is, let's go to the right.
0/35.
35 is a little bit of a jumble. And if you do not want to do that puzzle, once again, go to menu and hit the start a new puzzle or a new game, and then it'll jumble it up again. And you can just keep doing that until you get something more challenging. Or as I mentioned, you just bump it up to a grid of 4 or 5x5. And that is Super Sliding Puzzle Game. Yes, another way to kill time. Yes, this is always something I like to use and play. And it's one of those that got lots of replay. I can play this bad boy over and over. And yet it's not numbless, and I got to use my memory a little bit. So I always challenge you to bump it up to 4 and 5, and that'll really get your mind to start thinking really hard how to unscramble that. All right, my name is Thomas Domville, also known as Anonymous. Until next time, bye-bye.
This AppleVis podcast has been brought to you by the community of applevis.com for the latest in resources and tips and tricks to get you the best experience from your Apple device. Visit www.applevis.com.